Hey folks, Ryan here from Bridge City Boardgamers. I've got another What's in the Box hot off the press. We've got the new Marvel Champions, the Scarlet Witch Hero Pack. Highly anticipated, one of my favorite Marvel characters of all time. Can't wait to see what she is bringing to the game. I'm very super excited. And just letting you know that if you also have the Quicksilver pack, that they do have the team up mechanic, much like what they did with the Ant-Man and Wasp. They do have a team up mechanic so that when Pietro and Wanda are both in play at the same time, that there are some cards there that they're going to be able to feed off each other and give each other some boosts and bonuses. So you can check out my unboxing video for Quicksilver on the YouTube channel here. And yeah, make sure if you like what you see, maybe want to pick both of them up and take them through a campaign, maybe the Red Skull, or take on your favorite baddies. So without further ado here, I'm going to put Quicksilver off to the side here, and let's take a look at what's inside the Scarlet Witch. Alright, so we've got the opening it up here. And of course, one of my favorite things that I like to do here. Yeah, there you go. There's the cards, and one of my favorite things to do is I like to open up this fold out here, and the stunning, absolute great artwork here of the Scarlet Witch, Wanda Maximoff herself, and everything. I think I might actually put this one into a frame. She is one of my favorite characters. So let's see what kind of world of hurt that her opponents are going to be in for here. Let's go ahead and we're going to try to find out where can I open this up. I always wish they made the packs of cards a little bit easier to get into. Man, you see me struggle here all the time. You saw me struggle with the Quicksilver pack. I always struggle to get these cards open. I should always do this. I should do this ahead of time. There we go. Okay. Toss those ones off to the side here. Okay, so who do we got here? I'm going to put these off to the side. So, Scarlet Witch. Avenger, Mystic, 2 thwart, 1 attack, 2 defense. Chaos Control, interrupt. When boost icons on an encounter card would be counted, discard the top card of the encounter deck and count the number of boost icons on that card instead. Limit once per phase. So you can see that, whoops, I'm going to kind of bust it out there. Yeah, so that is a little bit of chaos, because you might draw a 1 thinking of, oh yeah, I can try to get a 0. You might draw a 3 then. Oh boy, then you're in the world of hurt. Other side there's the alter ego Wanda Maximoff with the Mystic trait, 3 recovery, super powered siblings, action, draw 2 cards from your hand. Oh, discard 2 cards from your hand. Draw 2 cards, draw 3 cards instead. If Pietro is in play, we'll limit once per round, so there's a little bit of an extra boost if she is playing with Quicksilver, Pietro, her brother. Okay, so there we go, Scarlet Witch in play. So let's take a look at some of her, let's take a look at her signature cards here. Gonna bust them off here. Okay. So if you are not playing with the Quicksilver Hero Pack, you can also notice that she has a Quicksilver ally. 1 thwart, 2 attack. Action, ready Quicksilver, limit once per phase. So much like the Quicksilver Hero, he can, after he's been exhausted, he can ready himself to do some more thwarting or do some more attacking. So that's always nice, and he's a wild card. Chaos Magic, it's a 0-cost event. Hero action, play a card from your hand, ignoring its resource cost. Discard cards from the top of the encounter deck equal to that card's printed resource. Okay, so that's actually really quite nice, but you are going to be cycling through the encounter deck, and of course, when the encounter deck runs out, a boost icon goes on, an accelerator icon goes on to the main scheme, so it means more threat comes up every round. Faster. Hex Bolt, 2-cost event. Hero action, discard the the top 3 cards of the encounter deck for each card discarded this way that has boost icons equal to. If there's no boost icons, deal 2 damage to the enemy. 1 boost icon, remove 2 threat from the scheme. 2 boost icons, draw a card, and then of course 3 or more, place a status card on the character. Wow, that is fantastic. So that's for a 2 cost. You're gonna discard 3 cards. You're gonna do 3 things, which is really quite neat. And so there's 1, 2, 3. There are 4 hex bolts in this deck. Wow. Hero action. Oh, we got molecular decay. Look at that artwork. That's really fantastic. Is that a sentinel? Sure looks like a sentinel. Maybe we got some X-Men coming up here. Hero action. Where's that Iron Man? Oh, maybe it's an Iron Man. It sure looks like a sentinel to me. Hero action. Deal 5 damage to an enemy and discard the top 2 cards of the encounter deck. For each boost icon discarded this way, deal 1 additional damage to that enemy. So really powerful, dealing 5 damage base and then potentially quite a bit more depending on the boost icons. But again, you are going through that encounter deck actually quite quickly here. So 1, 2, 3 copies of Molecular Decay. Warp Reality, a 1-cost event. Hero Interrupt. When an encounter card is revealed from the encounter deck, cancel all of its effects and discard it. Discard cards from the top of the encounter deck equal to the number of boost icons on that card. So again, canceling the effect, but there is some. Agatha Harkness. Quite timely if you're paying attention to the WandaVision TV show on Disney+. Support. 1-cost support. Alter Ego action. Exhaust Agatha Harkness. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 of those cards to your hand and place the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. 1-cost upgrade. Magic Shield. Hero Interrupt. When a friendly character would take any amount of damage, discard Magic Shield. Prevent 3 of that damage. Fantastic. 1, 2, 3 of those. And then Scarlet Witch's Crest, a 2-cost upgrade. The very iconic crest that goes around her face. Interrupt. When boost icons on an encounter card are counted, exhaust Scarlet Witch's Crest. Increase or decrease the number of boost icons on that card by 1 for this count. Ooh, nice. So kind of maybe have some combo play with your Hex's Bolt. So you might want to increase or decrease it so that you get that, maybe get that extra damage or get that extra thwart when you need it. And of course that's the one. So that's all of her signature cards. Those are all 15 are big signature cards. And so then it looks like that they also give her, I'm just going to grab all the rest of them off the side here. Looks like they are going to give her the Justice trait. The Justice trait goes along with the Wanda and her base deck out of the box here. So we've got Speed. Thomas Shepard. 2 thwart, 1 attack, 4-cost ally. Response. After Speed thwarts, ready him. So he's really good at thwarting. Removing that extra thwart. Wiccan. 2-cost ally, 1 thwart, 1 attack. Response. After Wiccan thwarts, discard the top card of the encounter deck. For each boost icon discarded this way, deal 1 damage to an enemy. So much like the same, it's kind of like the same powers there that are happening. Crisis Averted. 3-cost event. Hero action. Remove 6 threat from the main scheme. Whew. If you paid for this card using a genius resource, this thwart ignores the crisis icon, which is actually really good. So have one of these handy if your main threat is starting to get a little out of hand, because maybe you got those accelerator icons on the main scheme there because you've been going through that encounter deck so fast. Have some of these ready so that you can get rid of that threat here. So we got 1, 2, 3 of those. One cost event, multitasking. Hero action, remove 2 threat from a scheme. If you paid for this card using a genius resource, remove 2 threat from a different scheme. So again, we're dealing with that threat because potentially here with Scarlet Witch, you're going to be having lots of threat because you're going through that encounter deck really fast. So there's 1, 2, 3 of those. Swift Retribution, 1 cost event. Hero action, the villain schemes. So he's gonna add some threat, but deal 4 damage to the villain for 1 cost, which is really quite nice. 2, 3 of those as well. Turn the Tide with some fantastic Scarlet Witch art. 0 cost event. It's a response after your hero thwarts and removes all threat from a scheme. Deal 3 damage to the enemy. So quite timely, nice timely card there. 1, 2, 3. Of course, you have to have the Power of Justice, max 2 per deck, double the number of resources this card generates while playing for a Justice card. And of course, it's a wild card, so there's going to be 2 of them. Heroic Intuition, 2 cost upgrade, play under any player's control, max 1 per player. Your hero gets +1 thwart. And there will be 2 of those. Order and Chaos, 1 cost event. Team Up, Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch. So here is the Team Up card that if you have both Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver in play with one another. Hero Interrupt, when a Treachery card is revealed from the encounter deck, cancel its when revealed effects, then deal 2 damage to the villain. Spiritual Meditation, play only if your identity has the Mystic trait, which Scarlet Witch does, and so does Wanda Maximoff. So you can play this on both the sides, Alter Ego and Heroic. Action, draw 2 cards, choose and discard 1 card from your hand. So it's a 0 cost +1 card. 1, 2, 3 of them. And also importantly, probably to highlight too, it does have the Genius icon on it. And then you got your basic, you got your energy, you got your genius, and you got your strength. And there makes up her player deck. Put those off to the side there. Yeah, just right there. Okay. Okay. Now, let's take a look at her obligation. Slipping Sanity. Give to the Wanda Maximoff player. Exhaust Wanda Maximoff. Remove Slipping Sanity from the game. Or discard the top 5 cards of the encounter deck for each star icon in the boost area. Discarded this way. Place 1 threat on the main scheme. Then discard this obligation. And it's also important to note that she's got 2 obligations, which is really cool. That hasn't been seen yet in the game. And well, you're going to be discarding cards off that encounter deck quite often, so I would say that that this is all but fair, because you got to put a couple in there to get a chance that she might get her obligation. Okay, let's take a look at her side. The side scheme that would come into play here is the next evolution. The High Evolutionary intends to build a god fit for the 21st century. Increase the number of boost icons on each encounter card by 1. Ooh. So you don't want this one to come into play, because you're going to be, yeah. And her nemesis is going to be Luminous. 2 scheme, 2 attack. Forced response, after Luminous activates against you, discard the top card of the encounter deck. If 2 or more boost icons were discarded this way, deal yourself 1 encounter card. And we've got Magical Suspension. I'm getting off my off-center again here. Attached to your identity. Each card you play costs 1 additional resource. Exhaust your hero to discard this card, so it kind of gets in the way, as it should. Chaos Manipulation. When revealed, search the encounter deck and discard pile for Luminous and put her into play. Engage with you. Discard the top card of the encounter deck. If 2 or more boost icons were discarded this way, Luminous activates against you. So there it is. There is her Obligation and Nemesis set. And that is what comes up. That's the Scarlet Witch base deck. And there's her deck, so I'm going to put that right there. So let's see, you know, also all these packs, you get the additional cards. And let's take a look at those right now. So let's take a look at the additional aggression cards you will get. So we've got 2-cost event Brobeat. Play only if your identity has the Avenger trait, which most characters right now do have the Avenger trait. Hero action, deal 2 damage to the villain, deal X damage to the villain to a maximum of 3, where X is equal to the villain's stage number. So you're going to deal 2 base damage and also damage based on whatever the stage number is. And these are nice. These have been nice cards. You get 3 of them. These are nice kind of cards that have been going into, like, say, if you're going to be playing against expert level, you're going to be getting that stage 3 villains. Okay, and then we got our leadership cards. 0-cost event, Last Stand, Hero Interrupt. When an ally you control attacks, it gets +3 attack for that attack. After that attack resolves, discard that ally. So it's the Last Stand. 3 of those. The Protection. 1-cost event, Bait and Switch. Hero action. The villain attacks you. Remove 4 threat from the main scheme. So it's kind of like the counter of that other one with in the Justice, where it says the villain schemes, deal 4 damage. It's the counter, the opposite of that card, the inverse. Maybe that's what I should say. And then we've got our common card here. 2-cost event, Recuperation, alter ego action, heal damage from your alter ego equal to your recovery. Seems to be nice, and there will be 3 of those. And that's the Scarlet Witch pack. Hopefully there's lots in there that you like. I really think that kind of mechanic of discarding cards off the encounter deck is really quite cool. Yeah, lots of random chaos that can happen here with the Scarlet Witch. So I'm excited to get her going. I'll probably do some playthroughs this weekend with her and Pietro, since I do like to play two-handed. You can kind of see what kind of crazy combinations and crazy things these two siblings can get into. All right, so the Scarlet Witch Marvel Champions Hero Pack, now available at Amazing Stories Comics on 8th Street. Go out and check check them out, pick them up. I know Jeff and Jody and Tony at the crew there, they brought in lots of these packs, so get them while they're hot. Okay, folks, I've been Ryan of Bridge City Boardgamers. If you like this, if you enjoyed this video, please consider giving us a like and subscribe. Check out our YouTube channel here for other unboxing videos. Like I mentioned, we did the Quicksilver pack not too long ago, and other board games that are coming up here. And yeah, check out our podcast, Cardboard Conjecture, and What You've Been Playing Wednesdays. We're on all the major podcast sites. Okay, folks, I'm going to see you when I decide to make another video. Ciao for now.